What's going on today? I'm your host, Zach Schumaker, and I hope you're having a very blessed day today. But today's an episode that you're not going to miss a single part of. As you can hear from one of the top players in all the country, and Nimari Burnett. You can hear from the 5-star guard as he hits up topics ranging from the undefeated start at Prolific, all the way to playing AAU at Team Why Not, Team USA and winning gold, his commitment as being the highest commit in Texas Tech history, and so much more. But I promise you this is not it for SchuZ Views. There's many more great upcoming episodes and interviews. So make sure to head over to Instagram or Twitter and follow me at Zach Schumaker to stay up to date, or subscribe to the podcast depending on the platform you're currently listening to. But with that being said, I think we're going to hop right on in. So let's get started. I'm blessed to be able to welcome on the number 19 overall player in the class of 2020. The 5-star recruit is also the number 1 overall player in Illinois and the number 5 overall shooting guard. The one-time gold medalist, also number 15 overall player on the USA Today Chosen 25. And after hitting one of the greatest shots in high school history, he's able to earn the honor of All-Duel in the Desert team in the very first grind session event this year. And this past summer, he's one of the faces of Team Why Not, which was the championship team in the EYBL. And I know you know him from the number 2 ranked team in all the country, as he's one of the star players on Prolific Prep. And if you're a Texas Tech fan, I know you guys are more than excited to get him, as he's the highest recruit in Texas Tech history. Not only that, but it's also his birthday today. And that person is Nimari Burnett. What's happening, my guy?
How you doing?
Pretty good. So let's just jump right in. Obviously, it's a big time season for you guys so far. You guys are undefeated, number 2 in the nation, and you guys keep climbing your guys' way up to the top. Talk about what it's been like so far.
It's been great. We have a good group of guys who all wants to win. All have good personalities, and we coexist very well with each other. And it's been a fun start to the season, and it's been evident in our production as a 15-0 start.
Absolutely. I know one key point you guys really want to do is play as many games as possible against as many top teams or teams that are considered top teams out there. Talk about what it's been like, obviously traveling nonstop so far to kick off your season.
Oh, it's definitely been good. It's been hectic for sure. But it's all a part of the journey. The next level that we all want to get to. Even beyond colleges. You're traveling a lot. Continuous travel. So it definitely kind of gets us prepared for that. And we all have the mindset. After one game, focus on the next.
Without a doubt. And to kick off your guys' season, I mean, obviously, there's been many memorable games, obviously knocking off top teams throughout the way, teams such as like Hillcrest and many others. But talk about one moment I think has to be your favorite so far and hitting the game winner out in Arizona in the very first grind session. What was that like?
Oh yeah, that probably is my favorite moment this year. It was incredible. It was crazy that that even happened because we could have lost that game. Marjan could have made the free throws. I know he if it ever get into a situation like that, he would surely make those free throws. But it was just crazy. Everything went my way and our way at the end, and it was really in God's hands.
Absolutely. And that's a shot that obviously everyone's now probably seeing that's in the high school basketball world. But it's something that, like you said, it's something that's going to be memorable throughout the rest of your life. That's something that really is, I mean, might not happen ever again in your career. And that doesn't happen in many people's careers. So to be able to have that's a huge thing.
No doubt, yeah, it's definitely a part of my life that I will never forget.
hmm And now looking forward to the rest of the season, obviously you guys are the number 1 team in the grind session, so that obviously will be a big time stage. But talk about really what it's going to be like going throughout the rest of the grind session and the teams you guys see potentially matching up against throughout the way of the championship.
Yeah, every team is gonna come try to beat us. They're gonna come with their best shot, give us their all, because we, are ranked so highly. And every night we just have to focus in and, control what we can control, play together, play defense, and have fun with each other. And I feel like we'll be fine for the rest of the year.
Absolutely. And then there's another big stage. Obviously, you guys are on the national stage, looking at being able to participate in really every big high school event possible this upcoming season. Talk about really what all the goals are for you guys and coming away. What's really the biggest thing you guys want to end the season having?
We definitely want to end the season having a grind session national championship and a Geico national championship. Also, not only my goal, but everyone knows we want to have an undefeated season. So, those are three big time accomplishments, and I feel like if we get those done, we'll be very satisfied.
No doubt. And obviously to achieve that goal, it's not just a one man's job. And obviously you have put up insane numbers this year so far, but you obviously have a great surrounding cast alongside you. Obviously, there's many top Division I players alongside you. Obviously Jalen, obviously Coleman and Frank and many other players. So talk about really what it's been like getting this team together, getting the chemistry, and getting ready to go play at this level.
Like I said before, we have very good personalities on this team, and everyone coexists. So, having guys like Coleman, Jalen, Frank, guys like Jordan Pope, we have a deep roster, and everyone contributes at a high level. And like you said, it's not just me. We have a team that, can have great games on any given night. So we have a deep team, and that's why I feel like, we could go undefeated.
Without a doubt. And one piece on your guys' team currently that has got her in one of the very first games of the season, obviously in Milwaukee, but talk about what it's been like kind of adjusting, adding new guys into the rotation, having new guys take roles and waiting for his return, and what his benefit will be when he gets into the rotation again.
It's definitely going to be a great benefit having him back. Guys have been stepping up, with his absence, and he's going to come back even stronger and hungrier. And I know we're going to be even better with him on our team. So it just really makes the other guys better. And I feel like this team is really shaping out and rounding out at a great time in the season.
No doubt. And then another big thing, obviously, heading throughout this, and obviously it was a big time thing, but you played AAU basketball with Team Why Not. Talk about really what that experience was like and why you chose to go and play with them.
I chose Team Why Not because they're a loyal program, a program who wants to win, and have highly other highly ranked players on the team, and playing alongside Jalen at Team Why Not, Devin Askew, Addison Patterson, Taryn Frank, Wilhelm, just to name a few guys who have my back as I got their back, and that's why we made such a deep run in PGM, and we just had a very very good team.
Absolutely. And one thing you just talked about, obviously having kind of like a brotherhood built, not only at AAU, but also with Prolific as well. But talk about what that's been like, seeing all your friends you created now in the basketball world, and obviously also beyond those teams, just playing in basketball in general. Talk about all those relationships and now seeing guys go on and live out the same dream you currently are and being able to go and commit and be able to go to the next stage of their careers.
I'm definitely happy for all of those guys, and I definitely learned a few things from them in their recruitment, and got it on my recruitment. So I'm definitely excited for those guys and wish them nothing but the best. And so that's where I'm at with that.
Absolutely. So that kind of leads us now to talk about your commitment. So originally, obviously, now we know you're going to Texas Tech, but you can narrow down your options quite a few times. And the very first couple of ones, you didn't even have Texas Tech in that group. But talk about how they kind of started to emerge and come into that main group.
Yeah, it was crazy how after PGM I got the call and got the offer a few days later. Texas Tech is a very good program. I didn't know a lot about them after PGM, but I definitely did some research on Chris Beard and the other staff. And Uric had got hired, Coach Uric, and he reached out to me immediately, and I knew him from Texas A&M, and we already had a relationship. So, it really felt at home when I went at the visit, when you get the gut feeling and, it's right. And, the people and the culture at Texas Tech is much different from anywhere else. And everybody seemed like they embraced me. And, that's the type of culture you want to be around. And, they work every day, countless hours and never take days off. And they really focus on winning. And that's what I want to be a part of.
Absolutely. And that's something that a lot of people have seen. Obviously, Texas Tech has always been, or for a while, has not been a part of the Big 12, but they really started to take the next step. Obviously, now going on, being able to produce high-level NBA players like Jarrett Culver we've seen and really put together an elite team. But they've never had, Coach Beard's never really had top players at Texas Tech yet. And you're going to be the highest recruited player, but also you're going to be able to join by a few other guys. So talk about really what it's going to be like teaming up now, playing alongside guys like Chibuzo and Micah.
It's definitely gonna be great playing alongside them. And Texas Tech has a big roster. Who, are developing, and guys coming back next year. To go for a national championship run, and I feel like the roster they have now could do it, and it'll even be an even better roster next year. And I can't wait to be a part of that, and I'm learn from Coach Beard and all my other teammates. So it's gonna be great when I get there.
Absolutely. Has there been anyone from the Texas Tech community, rather a former player, or maybe a guy currently on the roster that's really helped kind of talk to you and really helped influence your decision at all?
TJ Shannon, well, he's not for him, but TJ Shannon, you know, helped me with that and, contacted me almost every day before I committed. And, Jemias Ramsey, contacted me, as well. Like I said, I felt at home with them and, guys that I can trust and coaching staff that I can trust. It was nothing like it. And, that's ultimately why I made the decision.
That's awesome. And then, so obviously, you did have a top five of Alabama, Texas Tech, Louisville, Michigan, Oregon. Talk about those schools and really what stood out to you about those schools that made the top five.
All great schools. I'll start with Michigan, Juwan Howard being there. I've known him since I was 8 years old. And he's definitely a great coach and he's been doing good with Michigan so far. And I wish him nothing but the best. He had a very good recruiting class, that I was a part of and guys that I, would have wanted to play with. But he's definitely a good coach and then go on to Oregon, Dana Altman and Tony Stubblefield. They were, in my recruitment for a while, and I think they were the first to offer me out of the top five, so that was definitely good, and a good coaching staff, and then Alabama, Nate Oates being there, Coach Brian, involved in my recruitment, and they recruited me, you know, very hard, and they really showed their interest in me and Louisville, all the coaching staff and the history that goes a part of Louisville, and their success this year, definitely played a part of my recruitment. So I wish the best to all those programs.
Without a doubt. And I think for you, we can all imagine that you want to go to the right place, that you're put in the right position, that you know that that's where God has set in store for you because we know the end goal for you. That is to be in the NBA at some point, whether that be after 1 year, 4 years, whatever it may be. And we know that Coach Beard, that's a place that he's comfortable with. He's obviously had a track history of getting players to that point. We see Jarrett Culver most recently, but you're a player that we know has the capability of doing that. Just going to a place that you know God has set in store for you and going to a place that you know you'll be able to be embraced is a huge thing I can imagine.
For sure, no doubt. Coach Beer has the same vision I do, and he wants to push guys to the league, and but most importantly, win first, and that's what I'm all about. So, Coach Beard is a perfect fit as far as a coach for me.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. And so as you make those next goals, obviously right now you probably don't know exactly what will the path be for you, but eventually, like we just said, I mean, the goal will be the NBA. So really, what steps do you see you taking to be able to get to that level and where you want to eventually end up?
I definitely, would love to be a lottery pick, but it takes a lot of work, and I'm willing to put in those hours as much as possible, and get in the gym as much as I can, and that's what Texas Tech is all about. Getting guys in the gym, and the player development is very real. As you saw with Zaire Smith and Jared Culver, and even guys who like Matt Mooney and guys like that. So they definitely have a great player development program and guys stay in the gym, and I've seen that on my visit, and I know that that's what it takes. So I'm willing to put in those hours to achieve my goals.
No doubt. And one person that obviously a lot of people can say, like you just saw, I mean, a lot of those guys that they've developed now has come in as guys that's not really ranked out of high school. The guys that really Coach Beard has been able to come in and develop them into the stars that they became. But for you, obviously, it wasn't always being the top player in the country. Obviously, your rankings have gone up drastically over the past year or two. So has it been like being able to jump now and develop into the player that everyone knows who you are now?
Like I said before, just hard work, work ethic and putting countless hours in the gym, working on my body, improving in areas where, I might be lacking or getting better at things that I'm good at. And, just focusing on all the key areas of my game and, watching basketball, watching film on myself or other players. You can never stop learning. And, that's what it takes to, reach your goals.
Absolutely. And was there maybe a guy that you really were talking to a lot that you really would have liked to potentially team up with at college or maybe at another level at some point?
Guys like, Jalen Green, even though we're teaming up now, and even in the NBA, hopefully, everything goes right. But, guys like that, Greg Brown, guys I can, who's unselfish and, I can play with. So, it's definitely a few guys.
That's awesome. Another thing that a lot of people look at is really the steps through high school. Obviously, there's a lot of guys that start off and really are top players and kind of celebrity-like players throughout their entire high school career. But once again, like you came in, kind of developed and started coming into your own more towards the end. But talk about really what it's like seeing guys go up and down throughout recruiting process and rankings throughout their high school career.
It's definitely eye-opening, and anything can happen. You always gotta thank God and stay humble and always work hard. So, it's a lot of things that play a part. I just try to stay focused on me as far as staying in the gym and like I said, controlling what I can control.
Absolutely. And I was talking about more about you and your background. Obviously, you're not from California. We're not playing with Prolific, but talk about really what it's been like being from Illinois, being from different, kind of growing up there and now growing up and turning into the person you are today.
It definitely formed me as a young man. I definitely learned a lot from being in Chicago and learned a lot from being in California these past 3 years. It's taught me a lot. It's definitely helped me grow up and mature as time goes on. And it's a testament to how strong you can be to make an adjustment, from living in Chicago, for 15 years and then moving, and being, going to California, which is on the other side of the country. So I'm definitely, enjoying the move, and I don't regret it. I think it's the best move I made in my life. So it really, shaped who I am today.
That's awesome. And that's once again, it's the big thing that you want to see a lot of people. I know there's a lot of obviously debate and different people are either stuck on one side, rather it's good to move or it's not. But obviously, just whatever is best for you and puts you in the right position is what's best for you. And obviously, we see that Prolific. I'm not sure there really could have been a better place for you. Obviously, seeing the way you've developed and who you are today.
No doubt. It definitely, like I said, made me the person and player that I am today.
Absolutely. So as a whole, obviously California has grown this past summer into really a huge place where a lot of players from all over the country have come into play. Talk about really what it's been like seeing California have a whole lot of talent, not only born and really grown up in California, but now coming into California.
It definitely puts you on top of your game. You definitely want to stand out amongst those California players. Guys, like BJ Boston, who is not from California, and Mari Bailey and guys like that. So it definitely pushes you, and good competition is always a good route. You can get better and learn from other guys. So it's definitely been good, moving to California.
No doubt. And you talked a little about some of the Sierra Canyon guys, and obviously they are one of the other top teams in the country. But when you guys look at your end goal, like you said earlier about going to Geico, who's some of the teams or guys that you really see potentially stopping you guys, or guys that you guys are gonna have to go through to be able to win that championship?
Definitely, Sierra Canyon, Montverde, IMG, La Lumiere, Oak Hill, teams that, who have been on top for a while now. So I'm excited, to hopefully go to Geico. This will be my first year going to Geico. So I'm definitely going to continue to keep winning and staying focused and locked in on our goals for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And another thing for you guys are obviously being a team with guys that have a lot of media attention. Obviously, not just you, but guys like Jalen, whatnot. But talk about what it's being like trying to deal with playing basketball, doing your working your craft, but also dealing with the spotlight, the media, having guys like D'Angelo Russell and others show up to you guys' games.
Oh, that was definitely exciting yesterday. But it keeps you on your game. You gotta lock in and focus on yourself. You can't really look at the social media as far as what people are saying. Just have confidence in yourself and just stay locked in. Never go away from what you believe in. Never stay always stay in the gym. So, don't listen to what people say as far as, the outside crowd and, be with your family and, really use them and, take their advice as far as, what ways you can improve. And, social media is just, a big world and it really teaches you how to, be mentally strong. And guys like Jalen and Josh Christopher, I know they know that for sure. So I'm definitely learning from them and seeing what I can do and how I can handle that.
Absolutely. And that's something that really stands out. I think there's so many guys that unfortunately can't get too carried away with thinking about media and going down that path, but just the guys that can obviously stay through it because you know that there's so many guys that have so much talent that can be able to go to the next level. I mean NBA level, and seeing the guys that can be able to withstand that, the guys that you know can become successful because once you get to that point, obviously you're going to have to deal with the money, you're going to deal with the fame and all that will come to you. So being able to deal with that at an earlier age is a huge thing.
For sure, that's definitely a part of this journey, and you got to deal with it and use it, to boost yourself as a person and basketball player.
No doubt. And then another big event you guys participated in recently was Hoop Hall. Talk about what that was like playing against Hillcrest on that stage on ESPN.
Oh, that definitely was a great event. I definitely had a good time out there. I'm happy we got the dub. It was a statement win, and it really solidified us as a top 5 team in the country. And events like that really put you on the top and separate you from other teams. Because you always want to play good competition, and playing good competition, you get to prove yourself, and that's what we did.
Absolutely. And one thing a lot of people saw from you was obviously we know you can shoot the ball, we know you can play at a high level offensively, but a lot of people really were able to tune in and truly see that you can produce at a high level on the defensive end, obviously having multiple big time blocks and steals and locking up guys. But talk about what it was like showing people that level and really where you see that translating into your game when you get to this point where you're trying to go to the NBA.
Oh, it definitely helps you, helps you stop. I definitely love locking in on defense. That's why I also chose Texas Tech because they, are great on defense, and I can definitely learn a lot of philosophies from them. So I definitely want to get an early start by locking in on defense and using my length to affect, offensive players.
No doubt. And then you also talked about obviously playing alongside Jalen. He's another guy that will obviously be playing in the NBA at some point alongside you. But talk about some of the other stars you see in the 2020 class that will really be stars and potentially be going high in the NBA draft in a few years.
Oh, for sure. I know a lot of guys: Evan Mobley, Kay Cunningham, Caleb Love, DJ Stewart. Just to name a few. Greg Brown, of course, Jalen Green, and guys who have high ceilings. Can do multiple things on the floor.
Absolutely. Would you say there's maybe a sleeper in the class that you see that obviously might not be ranked in the top 50 or top 100 that you really think will be able to be an eventual NBA player?
That's a great question. I have a lot of confidence in Mawat and Coleman. Guys with a lot of potential. That can do multiple things on the floor, very versatile, and I feel like they can have very good college careers and do very good and make it to the league and have good careers in the league as well.
No doubt. And a lot of the guys you just talked about, you're able to go over and play overseas with representing Team USA. Talk about what that experience was like, being able to go out there and win gold.
Oh, that was definitely exciting. I played with Devin Askew, Ethan Morton, and Dawson Garcia in a 3-on-3 U18, and it was definitely a great experience. Playing guys from Mongolia, Turkey, Russia. It was definitely a great event, and it's like the half court buzzer beater event that I would never forget.
hmm Without a doubt. And that's something that always stands out in everyone's mind, like you said. I mean, being able to represent Team USA, rather that be at the Olympic professional stage, rather it be throughout your high school career. And that's just something that will always stand out because I think no matter what anyone's stances are on the country or whatnot, it's just being able to represent something and having a whole place behind you. It's just an incredible moment and experience that you can always have.
Oh, no doubt. It was definitely a moment that I'll never forget. My family was there, and it was just a fun time being with everybody and representing Team USA and having that USA on my chest.
Without a doubt. And that kind of talks about leads into one of our last questions. And I was like wrapping up with a couple different ones. The first one being, who in your life would you say has been your biggest role model?
My biggest role model, probably my father. I've been with him, for all my life, and he's been with me. I learned a lot from him. He's always there for me, always, giving me different ways that I can learn, him as a person, really stands out, how giving he is and how he wants the best for me and, other people as well. So I definitely learned a lot from him, and I'm still learning a lot from him.
No doubt. That's awesome. And God obviously puts different people in our lives that help us construct our path and keep us down the right lane that He has in store for us. And obviously, having be a family member is huge. That can just help us really be the person that God wants us to be, not just on the court, but obviously off of it as well.
For sure, yeah. And my dad is definitely a true testament to that. And, I thank God for putting my father in my life and having him by my side at all times.
Absolutely. And then my last question I was like wrapping up with is obviously being a man of faith. Just talk about what it's been like seeing God work throughout your life and how He's helped God to get you to the point you are at today.
God is responsible for everything. I wouldn't be the man who I am today. I wouldn't be alive like I am today without God. And I think of every night, every day, for all that He has given me. And I play for God. I play for my family. And like I said, nothing would be possible without Him.
Absolutely, man. That's something that heading forward, you're gonna have to deal with different things. So just dealing with the fame, dealing with all the things that come alongside that. And so just having someone that you can rely on, knowing that there is a person that can get you through, that can keep you on the path that He has in store for you is a huge thing. Because like I said, I mean, you never know what could be coming your way. And just having that person that you can lean on, you can rely on, go through this journey together is a huge thing. And obviously, that anything is possible when God's there with you.
For sure. Anything is possible with God.
No doubt, man. I couldn't agree more. We'll keep in the light of God, man. Don't ever stop that. I'm excited to see what you guys get done at Prolific the rest of the season. Obviously, enjoy it because you guys obviously got a very special team in store this year. And obviously, best of luck from here on out at Texas Tech because I know you got big time stuff in store for you.
Appreciate that.
No problem, bro. God bless.
You too.